The rulers of the state are the only persons who ought to have the privilege of lying, either at home or abroad. They may be allowed to lie for the good of the state. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. As the builders say, the larger stones do not lie well without the lesser. Excess of liberty, whether it lies in state or individuals, seems only to pass into excess of slavery. Democracy passes into despotism. When there is an income tax, the just man will pay more, and the unjust less on the same amount of income. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in the government is to live under the government of worse men. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. The eyes of the soul of the multitudes are unable to endure the vision of the divine. To be sure I must, and therefore I may assume that your silence gives consent. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. He who is of calm and happy nature will hardly feel the pressure of age, but to him who is of an opposite disposition youth and age are equally a burden. Poetry is nearer to vital truth than history. For good nurture and education implant good constitutions. We do not learn, and what we call learning is only a process of recollection. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. And what, Socrates, is the food of the soul? Surely, I said, knowledge is the food of the soul. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. Love is a serious mental disease. Democracy is a charming form of government, full of variety and disorder, and dispensing a sort of equality to equals and unequals alike. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. This city is what it is because our citizens are what they are. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. Courage is knowing what not to fear. At the touch of love everyone becomes a poet. Better a little which is well done than a great deal imperfectly.